Hi, y'all. Day 110. Holy fucking shit. It's blowing me away. I hope you are having a beautiful week. Today is Tuesday, and we are moving through winter. And it is a time and a season where I hope you are genuinely honoring the shedding. And I did a whole Phoenix Diary on that a few days ago, just honoring and letting go and letting the season shift with you. I had such a wonderful surprise today from a client who came in for a session. And she used to actually own a crystal store up north. And she surprised me with the most beautiful goodies. And I wanted to show a few of them off and share a little bit about them for anyone who is a crystal nerd or a collector. And I'm actually going to pull up one of the stones now so that I can share with you some of the ways that it could help you if it is something that you're really drawn to. Okay, so the first one is such a beautiful one. It's one that I've surrounded myself with many a times. And I was sort of not surprised that she had seen this crystal and thought it would be so perfect for me. I'm so grateful for it. It's such a beautiful gift. So here it is. It is a green moonstone sphere. It is so heavy. It is so big. I'm a very long and tall person. I'm 5'10", so I have big hands, long fingers, but this is a big mamma jamma and just so stunning. There's a few flashes in it too. I have a really special green moonstone heart there's a flash right there. See it? The green moonstone heart I have is always in ceremony with me when I do cacao ceremonies at the salt cave. For me, they have such a special, earthy, grounded energy. Even just holding it, I can feel it just really calming and settling my nervous system. They are so special. I'm thinking this one wants to live in my bedroom, but we'll see. I'm going to place it in there and just kind of let it speak to me. It's sort of what I do with my plants as well. I let them choose where they'd like to be in the house. Um, so green moonstone, it's good for spiritual growth and development. Green moonstone um, makes the shift for smooth sailing and progress. This crystal provides protection and aids in psychic development and expansion of spiritual learning. It ensures harmonization and balance of divine energy. So, really beautiful. I think moonstone in general also is a very powerful stone for healers and mediums and intuitives and people that are working in those arts. And for me, with the green being involved, this variation just has that, again, grounding effect. It kind of, which is an awesome energy when you're working with the third eye and channeling, to have the groundedness to bring into the body is just really cool. So you can find moonstone in all sorts of varieties. But yeah, the green moonstone I have a special affinity for it. The traditional moonstone, well, what I consider traditional is more of like the white and clear moonstone. I don't have any pieces around me right now. Um, I used to wear, uh, I have several pieces of jewelry that are moonstone, but I used to wear one all the time. And I never know why I stopped wearing my crystals when sometimes I'll just be done and then I'll pick them back up and put them back on. But they communicate with you. If you're sensitive enough to like them, you're likely sensitive enough to speak with them. And, uh, and they'll tell you when they're done, when they serve their purpose, and you'll feel it, and you'll be like, I'm just not attracted to wearing this right now." Super cool. So this Mama Jamma, this one is so special. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. I'm also gonna look up the properties. Hmm. Okay, so look at this one. Look at this one. This is natural citrine. It's kind of like a dinosaur egg. It is so beautiful. I mean, it is just unreal. Gosh, it's unreal. And again, massive. This is a massive chunk. This is a giant 44-ounce jar that I'm drinking my matcha out of. And you can see we got a whole dang thing here. This is like what I do my girls with. Natural citrine has this really pale cream yellow, yellowy beige color. When it's heat treated, it's that really vibrant orange. So just so you know, a lot of people don't actually know what natural citrine looks like, and it is this. It looks like this. When it's heat treated, it brings out this really beautiful, stunning orange variations. So, citrine, I love this. It says citrine carries the sun's power, making it warming, energizing, and highly creative. The stone absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy, therefore, highly protective for the environment. For me, I love citrine around my other stones. I love to charge my other crystals with citrine. I love for a big, nice citrine. To be in a space charging. Right now, I have a point very similar to the interesting shape of this one, but shorter and smaller, currently on a grid in my office, which is why I brought this one home. Because I have a really nice point that does a lot of Reiki healing currently in my office. And this one just felt like it wanted a more intimate job. So I think I'm going to put it somewhere in the living room or in my kitchen right now, because I have a really big island that transitions to the living room from the kitchen to the living room. And I'll have to check back in with my friend. There's a few inclusions on this in this piece. You can see um, the dark bits at the top and the bottom there. Those are inclusions, which I think just adds so much character to a crystal. My uh, engagement ring, my ex engagement ring, I don't know how you would call that. Um, I had sourced an aquamarine for, and it had a tourmaline inclusion in it, which turns out I totally needed because it is protective from negative energy. And so I love an inclusion. Technically, especially with like a diamond, it lowers the value of a stone. Um, for me, I think the stones have such magic in them, such wisdom. I think they know, and I think they naturally grow around supporting elements. And so to me, it just feels like that little inclusion right there is enhances the power of the citrine. And I always felt that way too with my aquamarine ring. That tourmaline, aquamarine's such a really um, Atlantean, galactic, otherworldly stone that's so connected to the higher realms that having that really deep, dark, black tourmaline of the earth, almost like volcanic energy, really just grounded that angelic, otherworldly frequency for me. So it brought balance, in my opinion. I'm not a crystal expert, as you can tell. I'm looking things up and I'm sharing my reflections and my thoughts on it. But if you have anything you'd like to add or anything you feel like maybe I didn't fully flesh out, please share in the comments. I'm learning. Crystals are not an area that I've chosen to gain expertise in. I always go by feeling. Like that's why I don't even know what a green moonstone is about because I feel it. And that's how I've always chosen my stones. And especially when I receive stones as a gift, I just ask them, where would you like to be? How would you like to serve me? What job would you like? And what environment would you like to be in? And I can sense and feel a communication with the stone. This again, the same way I feel with my plants. Like these plants weren't here um, originally. I had them in another place, getting more direct sunlight. And again, I didn't look it up. I didn't ask anybody. I just asked them where they wanted to be. And it felt like here, where they get a ton of indirect light and then studio light. And I also watch them and I just feel them. I check in with them and they are doing so beautifully. We've got a new leaf coming up here. There, a little shoot, new leaf over here unwrapping. So they're doing great. They're happy. They're in a place where they really feel like they can do their job and live a good life. So I do the same thing with my crystals. So this might not apply to you. You might not resonate with this, but it's how I work, and I would encourage you. I mean, you can Google stuff, you can learn stuff, but if you're not listening to your gut and listening to your intuition, are you really even receiving healing and exchanging with a living thing? Or are you just doing what you're supposed to do? I don't know. But this is my show and tell episode. I'm so grateful for my beautiful, beautiful client who has gifted me with the most magical stones. I have two other gifts from her on my altar in this room here, and they're so special to me. And now I have these two to add to my home. And I'm just so grateful for the abundance that is in my world, the abundance of beautiful beings, of love, of gratitude that I get to experience and exchange, and the service that I get to witness through my community. It's such an honor. I'm so honored to be where I'm at and to be just yeah, I feel cherished, and I hope that I can return that back to the world and to these beings. So feeling so grateful, feeling so blessed, and I hope this episode inspired you to go find some crystals or give your crystals some love, give them a little bath, a little dusting. I know they always love that. Move them around, ask them if they're ready to do a different job, and yeah, build a relationship with them. They're amazing healers. I especially love to incorporate my crystals into my Reiki sessions, as I've mentioned before, and I do it all intuitively. And after every Reiki session, I always clean them and clear them and thank them. And as I mentioned, I always check back in with them and like, do you still want to do this job? Does this still work for you? And oftentimes you'll find when you ignore those cues or when you don't check in, the stones will break, they'll fall apart, they'll get lost. It's kind of magical. I've lost so many crystal jewelry pieces because I wanted to wear them. They were cute and I didn't check in with them. Do you want to be worn? Do you want to be carried with me? Do you want to go on this trip? And they leave me. And someone else finds them or they fall apart and they want to be recycled, repurposed, thrown into the ocean, etc. So I love you all. I hope that this episode inspires you or encourages you. Go give your crystals some love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.